Hey, my name is the Silence Killer, and this is pretty much the first time that I talk to the internet about something. I'm a very no fucks given person, so I never say my opinion about anything. I just do what I do, I like what I like, and that's the end of it. However, some shit hit the fan so hard I had to open my mouth and swallow it. I mean, talk about it. So, first, before I say anything else, I'm gonna give you a little bit of context. Ever since I was a kid, the only music genre that I loved as much as metal has been pop punk. I've been listening to Blink 182, to Paramore, to My Chemical Romance, to Panic at the Disco, all those beautiful bands from that early 2000s era. I love it. It's very fun to me. It's like a candy to me. However, there's always been a band that always stood out to me, my favorite pop punk band of all time, and that is Rise Against. Rise Against to me is a culmination of what pop punk should be. Yeah, very catchy, nasty riffs with this punky like sound and everything. I love Rise Against, dude. Ever since I played Burnout 3 back in 2008, yes, because I waited until 2008 to play that fucking game. I listened to Paper Wings on the soundtrack, and man, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with that shit. And ever since, I've been listening to all their records, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't really like all of them. Everything they put out since Endgame, I didn't like that shit. But this time, I felt the need to talk about this because, man, they screwed up. And they screwed up big. So we have Ricochet, the newest Rise Against album. I don't really know like the day it came out. Honestly, it flew under my radar, but I have started to see people on the internet talking about it, saying that it's super bad, that it sucks, that it's absolute shit. And I was like, come on, it cannot be absolute shit. The previous albums were not perfect, they were not great, but they weren't shit at all. I mean, they were kind of generic and all that. So I thought this was gonna be the same, and oh man, I was wrong. I was fucking wrong. We started with the song Not, and actually I was thinking, well, it's kind of generic, kind of like the same as the previous like 2 or 3 albums, you know. Some riffs and stuff, a little bit too much bass on the production and all that shit. But then the Tim's voice kicked in, and I was like, my god, what the fuck happened here? Like, it sounds like they only had one track that they needed to make work, so they put all these effects on top of it and a lot of distortion on it and a lot of delay. I don't know if they are EQing the delay or not, but it sounds so weird. The production of this album sounds so weird. I don't know who the actual producer is, but there are some sounds, some things in this song in particular that are kind of fighting against each other, and I actually think that in the master they just rigged the whole thing, so there's no dynamics to it. It's just like this generic riff with this awful singing, and it's super loud, like extremely loud, like no dynamics to it. It is boring. Then we have the song I Want It All. Actually, I have nothing written about this song. I forgot about this song. This song is so fucking forgettable that I forgot to write something about it. I actually have it here open because I was like, what the fuck? There was a song called I Want It All, and I just heard the beginning in order for me to remember what the song was. And it's actually like if the Strokes actually had a stroke. Man, it is so bad, so generic, so boring, so uninteresting. And the voice in this song, dude, the voice in all songs, dude, is like man, if you cannot hit those notes, if you cannot hit those high notes, man, don't try them. Tune the guitars down, tune the bass down, tune everything down. It is possible. Even if you just recorded it, even if it's all recorded, you can't tune it down. Man, it sounds super bad. And then we got to the song Ricochet. The song Ricochet is when this album absolutely, completely lost me. Because at the beginning I was thinking, alright, they're trying to go a different direction with these acoustic guitars and these electronic sounds and all these like melodies and stuff. But they are trying to lead the song somewhere, and man, they got to the wrong place. Like, it sounds so weird. Like, this chorus is so fucking weird. And I'm an Opeth fan, I'm a prog metal fan. I know about weird melodies. Do you know what I'm saying? I know what a weird melody is, and I know when it works and when it doesn't. And in this song, man, it is so fucking awful, man. It's like the voice is so hidden behind, and they are trying to make this melody, kind of country melody. I don't know even how to describe it, and it sounds so muffled and so distorted, and the instruments are so loud, especially the bass. And somebody's gotta tell this producer that there's such a thing as too much bass, because this is a problem during the whole album. The bass is just all over the place. It's covering everything. The guitars are too thin, too noisy, and the voice, man, the voice, I can't stop repeating it. It is too thin, too distorted, and there's bunches of delay. And this is something that I compared. Like, I was listening to this album the second time I listened to it. I listened to it because, yes, I heard it twice. I had to hear it twice. I couldn't believe it, so I had to hit play again. So I was comparing this album to the previous albums of Rise Against, the good ones, like Stern Song of the Counterculture, and I was listening to the voice, and it did have some effects to it. It did have some delay, it did have some reverb, it did have some distortion as well. But in this album particularly, it's so exaggerated. It takes out like the grit, the feeling of it. It just sounds like a white noise that is behind everything else, that is behind this super big bass, super thin guitars. It just sounds so weird, man. And it sounds like this guy Tim couldn't hit the notes, so they try to make it work, like putting his voice behind all the instruments, making it so distorted. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like how the voice sounds, and I'm gonna repeat it a lot. And the next song is the song called Damage is On, and yes, damage was done to this band with this album, dude. I couldn't look, if this was a regular Rise Against production with Tim's actual voice, without all the distortion, without all the delay, without all the effects, it would be kind of a generic, kind of meh Rise Against song. Because out of all these songs, I feel like this is the one that is the best constructed. Yes, it's generic and everything, but what the song is trying to leading you to from the beginning through the verse to the chorus, it actually makes sense, different from all the other songs. But man, it would still be a very boring Rise Against song, to be honest with you. Then Us Against the World, I forgot about this song as well. I think it is a ballad. I kind of remember it was a ballad, but there's something about these ballads too. There are two ballads in here: Us Against the World and Gold Long Gone. Yeah, that's it. Actually, those two, I feel like they are like a bunch of songs like kind of pasted together, especially Go Long Gone. Like, they have this verse, they have these guitars, these acoustic guitars and everything, and when they go through the verse, they are leading you to some, I don't know, they are trying to lead you to some kind of melody in the chorus, but when the chorus hits, it sounds like it's the verse from another song. It doesn't really sounds like a chorus. It sounds like actually from Go Long Gone, the chorus, it's extremely similar to the verse in Soldier. It's like they are like meshing songs together, like they're putting them together like that, like they are like they grab a samurai sword, they chopped off all of their songs and they kind of mixed them together like that. Those ballads sound like that. Then we have Black Crown. This song sucks. I have nothing else to say about it. Sing Like a Stone, another epically forgettable song. This song, I mean, I don't know what they I don't even remember what it is. I have to listen to it again. Wait. Yeah, like another song that sounds like the Strokes were off their meds, dude. And then we have 40 Days. 40 Days, it's I mean, it's kind of forgettable too. Didn't like it. State of Emergency. I actually thought about making this video because I was looking at Dan Frampton's review of it, and he repeated this problem in State of Emergency that he's right about. He repeated it so many times, and is that the acoustic guitar, there's an acoustic guitar that is muted and all that shit, and it's way too loud for the voice here. This song is so poorly mixed, so poorly produced. It's like, what the fuck were you thinking? And it's even a very boring ballad as well, that is chopped from other ballads. Like it has repeating melodies from the other songs. This whole album is like that, dude. Like, somebody got into the studio, they looked at what they wrote, they grabbed a samurai sword, sword, they chopped it off, they chopped all the songs off, and then they try to put them together and make it work somehow. I don't know how this happened. And actually, I heard that these guys changed producers from their previous albums to this album. I think that might be it, because man, the decisions on the effects on of the voice, especially the guitar tone, so thin and so annoying. I'm a metal dude. I listen to black metal and I'm thinking this is annoying. This is annoying. This doesn't have the appeal of black metal. This doesn't have the appeal of punk. This doesn't have any appeal to anyone. This is so bad, dude. But yeah, I just wanted to ramble about this shit. I didn't like it. Nobody should like it. Don't waste your time listening to it. Don't waste your time reviewing it. But yeah, it made me open my mouth, and damn it, I'm never gonna close it again. See ya.